Hey guys, I have here the iPhone 15 Pro. This one is the natural titanium, and I'm going to do the back glass replacement of this device and precisely a teardown of the back glass of this iPhone 15 Pro. The big update with this iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max is that the back glass is removable and it should be fairly easy to replace. I started by hitting the back glass of this iPhone 15 Pro for a little bit more than 1 minute, and after that I took my suction cup and started to pull on the back of the iPhone. The double-sided tape that Apple is using is very strong, and after pulling on the back cover I had to insert my green scalpel, the tip of the blade inside between the back glass and the frame of the device, and after that I started to add a few drops of alcohol on the blade. It is going to help me remove the back cover more easily. Right after that I started to hit the back cover of the device again, and you can see I'm hitting precisely the bottom of the device because I want to detach that portion of the back cover first, and after I have created a small gap I inserted my guitar pick and started to detach the back cover at the bottom of the device. On the previous models of the iPhone, you cannot do this type of repair on the back cover. You will have to use a big laser machine in order to break down the glue that is attaching the double-sided tape to the frame of the device. But with this iPhone 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max, it is fairly easy to remove the back cover. You need to be a little bit careful because there is a flex cable that is attached to the back cover. I have a video of the iPhone 12 where I did a back cover replacement, and for me I had to use a blade in order to remove the piece of glass piece by piece on the back of the iPhone 12, and it was very tedious and it took well over 1 hour in order to remove the glass only. So that was a broken iPhone 12 back glass. If the back glass of this iPhone 15 was in fact broken, it will take less time in order to remove the back glass and do the replacement. Currently, the back cover at the bottom of the device is no longer attached to the frame. There are a few pins around the back cover of this iPhone 15 Pro, which is going to help with inserting the back cover and make it stable inside the frame of the device. But in terms of removing the back cover, it is a little bit difficult to remove because you have to undo those few clips in order to remove the back cover. I'm certainly confident that they could have removed all those pins that are on the back of the back cover and make the double-sided tape only work in sealing the back of this iPhone 15 Pro. So there are pins at the bottom of the device, at the top of the device, and also on the sides of the device. This is why it is a little bit more difficult to remove even if you have cut the double-sided tape already. Initially I was thinking that in order to remove the back cover you will need to open the device and remove the screen, and after that you can simply remove the back cover because you will have access to the pins on the inside of the device. But certainly you do not have to do that. You can simply remove the back cover by working on the back cover only. The only flex cable that is attached to the motherboard is on the side of the action button, so you need to be careful in order to not insert the guitar pick far inside, not to damage that flex cable. Since the flex cable is on the opposite side of the camera, you need to open the back cover on the side of the camera. So this is one of the pins that I was talking about. This one was at the bottom of the device. It was attached by double-sided tape, and unfortunately it was removed while I was trying to remove the back cover from the bottom. Before I can remove the back cover from the device, there is one screw that needs to be removed. After removing that screw, you can simply detach or disconnect the flex cable that is attached to the motherboard. Disconnecting the flex cable is very easy. You simply need to hold the flex cable and pull on the back cover. So this is the removable back glass of the iPhone 15 Pro. As you can see, it is a single piece back cover that you can remove and replace. But in order to replace the back cover of your iPhone 15 and 15 Pro, you will have to do a little bit of work in removing the components that are attached to the back cover first, and after that you simply need to transfer all those components on the new back cover and reinstall the back cover on the device. So on the back cover we have the charging coil, the external microphone, and the flashlight. All these components are linked together and they share the same flex cable that goes back to the motherboard. Certainly, being an Apple device, most likely these components are software locked with the motherboard. So if you replace the back cover without these, you might have some issues in the software. Camera might be disabled or some other stuff. The first thing to do is to remove two screws that are holding the flashlight and the external microphone. These are two different screws that use two different screwdrivers. So after removing those, the next step is to remove all those components that are double-sided tape glued to the back cover. I have noticed that all these components are on top of the graphite tape, so I decided to hit the back cover slightly in order to help me remove the graphite tape. So removing the graphite tape is going to help me remove all these components in one go. So while doing this, you need to be a little bit careful not to damage any flex cable or anything that is connected to the flex cable while pulling on the graphite tape. This piece of black tape is for heat dissipation. It is going to help dissipate the heat that is created by the motherboard faster. It is going to be very efficient in dissipating the heat that is created by wireless charging also. So wireless charging is generating a lot of heat while you use wireless charger. So the graphite tape around the wireless charger is going to help dissipate all that heat. Currently the microphone and the flashlight have been removed out of the back cover. Currently I'm trying to remove the wireless charging coil. I'm being very careful not to damage any of the small component that is on the wireless charging coil. I simply used a little bit of heat on the area where the wireless charging coil is, and after that I started to pull slightly on the wireless charging coil, and as you can see it is getting removed out of the back glass. You can see right now the wireless charging coil, the flashlight and the external microphone are out of the back glass. So one thing here, maybe the graphite tape at the bottom of the device should not have been removed. Maybe in order to make things faster, you should start removing the graphite tape that is around the flashlight first and remove the flashlight, then remove the external microphone, and then you work on the wireless charging coil. You remove that and you see if the graphite tape that is at the bottom of the device is going to be removed also. So if all the graphite tape is linked together, you can simply have a small cut on the graphite tape and remove only the one that you need in order to remove all the components. On this wireless charging coil, there is two wires that are not glued to the wireless charging circuitry. Currently, I'm adding a few drops of glue in order to have those two wires in place and start the reinstallation of all the components that need to go on the back glass. So for the installation, it is going to be the same thing. You do not have to use any double-sided tape or any glue. You simply need to align perfectly the wireless charging coil where it has to sit. And after that, you can start the installation of the other two components, the flashlight and the external microphone. So after I have completed the installation of the wireless charging coil, I started with the installation of the flashlight. You simply need to put the flashlight where it has to sit and you press on the flex cable and you will see the external microphone is going to land perfectly where it has to sit also. After that, you should install the bracket of the flashlight and also the bracket of the external microphone. Add the two screws that are going to hold those on the back cover. The reinstallation of the component on the back cover is done. Next, I reinstalled the flex cable on the motherboard and I tried the wireless charging in order to see if everything is working perfectly as it should be. So after the reinstallation of the flex cable, I see that I still have the temperature warning sign. So I know for a fact that the device is cool and it doesn't have any heat on it, and the device was stuck in the temperature warning sign. I decided to turn the device off and restart the phone, and maybe it is going to go away. As I suspected, after turning the device off and restarting the phone, you can see there is no longer the warning temperature sign. So just in case you have this problem, you know what to do now. Currently the device is working as intended and everything seems to be working fine. And also the wireless charging is working fine. There is no issues that I can find. I simply realigned the pin that was removed with the other one and reinstalled it. Before the reinstallation of the back glass, I went ahead and looked at the double-sided tape. The double-sided tape is still good. I'm going to reuse that double-sided tape in sealing the back of this device, but I will consider this device no longer water resistant. Also, there is a small bracket that needs to be installed after you have connected the wireless charging coil and all that circuitry on the motherboard. After you have done that, it is time to reinstall the back cover on the frame of the device. If you find the video helpful and interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. It means a lot and it will help the channel grow more. So for the installation, after the alignment of the back cover with the frame of the device, you simply need to apply a little bit of pressure on the back cover. You will see all the pins are going to go inside and be held with the frame of the device. I heard a lot of clicking sound while I applied pressure on the back cover and I thought the back cover got cracked, but it is fine. After all this, you need to test the wireless charging to make sure that it is functioning normally. Next, you can go inside the camera app also and try the flashlight to make sure that that it is working. And also the external microphone, you can test that also inside the camera app and you will see everything is good. Indeed, it was easier.